Welcome along to the shoutiest segment on Irish radio. It's the scintillating, stupefying, splendido, crappy quiz. Every Friday we pit three of Team Off the Ball up against each other in our quiz of sporting factoids at the end of the week. Introducing the man to my right. He absolutely cannot believe the amount of recognition he's been getting in the early days of his era as Off the Ball AM Friday presenter. OTB AM Friday presenter. People have been stopping him on the street, commending him on his fake outrage, his insistence that his every opinion is misrepresented, and, quite frankly, his gingerness. It's the Westmeath Sheath, Adrian Barry!
Yourself and Murphy have rubbed off on the very impressionable Owen Sheehan. He has just had this litany of having a conversation with him, and he just takes these leaps of misrepresentation left, right and centre.
I've been present at these moments when Adrian has accused Owen of misrepresenting his point. And what happens is Adrian makes a point. We disagree with Adrian. Adrian changes his point and he says we accuse him of misrepresenting his point.
What's happening there, Tommy, is you're misrepresenting what happened. That's absolute bullshit, by the way.
A quality analysis from the young man.
Grade A bullshit, Tommy, and you know it.
In the middle seat is the man who brought bewilderment to the Canary Islanders this week as the people of Tenerife sat on their sandy beaches. They gazed into the soupy ocean and pondered, what is that perfectly sculpted mass of human gliding through those waves? Then they asked themselves, why the fuck is he eating a protein muffin in the sea? It's Burley Dave McIntyre!
Did you bring muffins with you, did you?
No, we were out. We didn't have time to make a fresh batch.
So you would have done?
Oh yeah, we would have. At every other holiday we would have brought them with us. It's been a bad week diet-wise, so I need to get back on the horse here.
Yeah, you're a mess, Dave. You look like a mess.
I did go running 4 days out of the 7.
Terrible.
Are you swimming every day?
Well, I was in the pool, but I wasn't actually swimming legs or anything.
Right.
I did try and listen to as much OTB as I could in the week, but I'm fairly open now. I'm vulnerable here in this quiz. I don't know what went on in the last week.
Did you watch much OTB this week?
I watched the whole of the first show.
Okay.
What makes you think not
7:45
knowing what
a.m.
happened the last week is going to have any
Every
impact?
morning.
8:45.
Well, I only have to beat Tom.
Over there. Yeah, good point.
I have a 50-50 chance.
Oh, shots fired.
Our final
Screw you,
contestant tonight is limbering up for the next round of the Meath Hill Leinster Championship Odyssey. He's been typing the letter BRB to all 7,243 matches he's currently chatting to on Tinder.
Do you know what that means?
Be right back. He's got bottles of Buckfast on ice and rickshaw waiting outside his door to take him to Coppers. He's on the tear this Saturday regardless of the result, and frankly his chest is bursting out of his jumper at the thought of us all. It's a newer, crankier, producier Tommy Rudy.
I have been a little cranky, haven't I?
Oh yeah.
He had a beautiful moment today when the the highest person in the building here.
Don't misrepresent this now.
Who is in
The
charge
highest
of
ranking
the entire,
person.
the entire charge of the entire operation here, essentially came in to have a little bit of a view of what was going on with OTB AM, and Tommy turned around and told him to get the out of the studio.
That is not what happened. You're misrepresenting what happened. Okay?
Marginally.
Can I explain what happened?
Yeah.
So we're in the middle of a sketch that went down very well. It actually went viral. The Off the Ball Football Awards, the Off the Ball Stars. I think people on Twitter mistook our award to Andy Moran as the actual All-Star Award, and they've been retweeting it all
Footballer of the
day.
Year award because it's hashtagged OTB All Stars, as in Off the Ball Stars.
So it's gone viral. So we'll see what happens tonight in the actual All-Stars. But anyways, we're in the middle of it, and it's a long sketch, and there's a lot of videos, and it's going well. And then Adrian here skips a category or something. I'm only messing.
No,
something happens.
what happened there was a lack of communication.
A video
from the
gets messed
producer.
up.
Yeah.
A video gets messed up, and we're in a little bit of a moment. We're about to fix it, and there's a couple of people in the studio mulling around, and there would be one person there. Then a second person entered, and I kind of went, "Here, lads, can you get out for a few minutes?" And then I turned, and I was like, I didn't mean that.
You come in.
He
You
just
do what
laughed.
you want.
He just laughed. He knew it was fine. We recovered, didn't we?
Yeah, well, he made a shambles off
And the Off the Ball
that,
Stars
particular
was a
section.
success.
He laughed, but whether or not your fob works on Monday morning
Yeah,
on the
we'll
way
see.
into the building,
We'll see.
we shall see next
As ever,
week.
the format. Well, after the show on Monday, he'll get a tap on the shoulder because we need someone to do the show on Monday.
Yeah,
then
yeah.
Tuesday
he'll
we'll be grand.
be
It'll be like Loughnane putting the lads through their paces, and after killing them for 2 hours, telling them, by the way, you're off the panel.
That happened, did it?
What a man.
As ever, the format's a classic crappy quiz. 4 questions each. After 4 rounds, top 2 teams will go forward to the slip and slide of knowledge, aka the rapid fire round. Give us 5 out of 5 on iTunes or Stitcher or Podcast Addict or on offtheball.com, and you can send us any real snail mail you have to the Crappy Quiz Quizmaster, Off the Ball Towers, Marconi House, Diggs Lane, Dublin 2. No post again this week, but we did get an email.
Interesting.
So the plot thickens. Round 1 is the boring question round, which is never multiple choice. The following questions were sent in by listener Derek Gavin via email. He said he couldn't afford a stamp to post the questions to us. We'll accept that this time, Derek. Question 1 for you, Adrian. Who was the last Meath man to win an All-Star? It's been a while.
Oh,
Hasn't been that long.
really?
Yeah.
The last Meath man to win an All-Star, and it hasn't been that long. See, that could mean anything, Tommy, and I'm not.
You were trying to read the answer in his face there.
Into my thought process here at all.
Just trying to work out the name of one Meath footballer. just
Unfortunately-
one Meath footballer that
Unfortunately,
isn't
there's
Bernard
no,
Flynn.
no shortage of those.
I got serious stick for
I'm
getting
going to
that
go
Meath
with
question
Ollie
wrong.
Murphy.
Stephen Bray,
Correct.
2010.
2007.
2007.
10
10
years ago.
years.
It's been a while.
Come on, Derek, give me a good question.
Question 1 for Dave.
Oh.
Can you name all the sets of brothers from Galway that have won All-Stars since the competition started? Hey, you're an All-Star judge for the football.
Football.
No, hurling and football.
Jesus.
Oh, no.
What's going on here?
What's the question?
Name all sets of brothers from Galway that have won All-Stars since the competition started.
Football and hurling.
Yes.
Are there hurlers on the list of answers you have in
Well,
front
no,
of you?
that's not part of the question, Dave.
Oh, well, I
You
need
just
to
have
know. Do I
No,
need
you
to start
don't.
thinking about
No,
hurlers?
you don't. You need to just answer the question.
How many are
Don't
there?
answer that, Jared. That's not. No, you. Whoa.
Come on,
You
Adrian.
have to just answer the question.
I know,
should
this
at
is-
least
You
know
don't
what
get to
the...
ask back questions
This is
to
hard.
the quizmaster.
This
I
is
know,
hard.
like he's
I'm
on the,
looking
as
for-
you pointed
I'm
out,
looking
he's
for
on the
4.
panel.
I'm looking for 4 sets.
That's
4 sets. Come on.
nonsense.
And I've
This
no
is
margin
bullshit.
for error. There's no gimme here.
Well, if you get 3 out of 4, we'll see. how
No,
you
we
do.
won't. You got to get 4 out of 4.
You settle down over there.
Like this is.
The Meehans.
So he's
Come on,
out
give us
now.
another
Is he?
set of brothers.
Concentrate on the hurlers there for a
Yeah,
couple of
they're
minutes.
not like a very obvious.
Manions.
Which Manions?
You never asked for
Okay,
which
grand,
Manions.
yeah. Porrick and Call.
Is there not another obvious set? No?
What are you on about?
Where are we going with this now?
They're like
Come on.
the most famous.
This is ridiculous. That he can't like.
Cannings.
Correct.
Oh, well done, Dave.
And the other most famous.
He's wrong anyway. He's not getting it if he gets 3 out of 4.
Come on. Let's wrap this up.
The other most famous.
This is
These
terrible
hurlers as
radio.
well, are they?
Brothers from Galway who won All Irelands. Who won All Stars.
I'm sure it's very obvious.
Yeah,
but-
let's wrap
Right.
this up.
Hang on. Just give me a second here, will you?
You've had about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Don't be giving him clues, Jer.
That is ridiculous.
I hope the
You
video
can't,
camera caught
you
that.
can't be making microphone like.
Oh, I didn't know.
Wrap this up,
I
wrap
didn't
it up,
understand.
wrap
I'm
it
not
up.
going to get the other two.
It's the famous The West Awake McDonough. No.
Yeah.
Who
Who was the captain that made the famous speech?
Cooney.
Hayes.
Cooney is an answer that we.
But it's not
no.
those Coonies.
The Conleys.
The Conleys.
Jesus
Conleys, yeah.
Christ. But so Jimmy Cooney won one as well as Joe.
Right. I was never
Jimmy's-
going to get that.
Jimmy's the
Jimmy-
ref.
I'd
Jimmy's
never-
the referee.
With the magic watch.
And who's the fourth?
Ollie and Joe Canning,
Yeah, were there any footballers in there?
John and Joe Connolly, Porrick and Cathal Mannion, and Jimmy and Joe Cooney. No footballers.
That's extremely difficult.
Good question, but
Well,
a tough question.
You made it harder than it was, to be fair.
Yeah, well, the fact that I struggled to get
You
the
couldn't get the
Cannings
Cannings.
is
That was
obvious.
ridiculous.
But I never actually knew that Joe Cooney had a brother that won an All-Star, that even played for Galway.
Jimmy.
Question 1 for you, Tommy. Mayo, before you were born,
Oh.
Mayo under 21 footballers won the All Ireland in 2016. Can you name 5 members of that team?
Oof.
Jim O'Connor. Shiro's Akram. I think I pronounced that right.
Correct.
The wing back. Connor Loftus, Liam
Correct.
Irwin,
Correct.
and Stephen Cohen.
Correct.
well done. Would you name another one?
If I had to think about it, I would, but I don't have to think about it. So let's move on.
I.e., no.
I probably. Is there a Matthew Ruan? Ruan.
Yeah, there is, yeah.
I
Ruan.
pronounced that wrong.
Ruan.
All right,
Anyways, move
so
on.
Tommy's in the
Well done,
lead on
Tommy.
1. You have none.
I have 0.
They were good questions, to be fair to
Two
our
other
listeners.
questions.
Yep.
Very good.
Nice bit of variety about it.
Yes.
I don't know what the email address is, but is it crappyquiz@offthewall.com?
I think it's just.
No, I don't think it exists. Okay, round 2 is the lines from sport films.
He sent it
sports
to me.
Films round.
The guy sent it to me.
Oh.
So you saw the questions.
I did not open the email, Tommy, because if I'd seen the questions,
Clearly didn't.
You might still have got it wrong.
come on, you clowns.
I think we'd all agree.
I didn't buy in for this character assassination here. I just came in to do
Fair enough conclusion.
You walked into that one.
That was my question again. That's Stephen Bray, yeah.
on.
Ollie Murphy.
Move it
Round 2. The lines from sports movies round. We all love movies. We all love sport. This round will test your knowledge of lines in movies that have sport at their core. Question 2 for you, Adrian. Tell me which movie Gold features the following line. The Zen philosopher Basha once wrote, "A flute with no holes is not a flute. A donut with no holes is a Danish."
a donut with no holes. Is it?
Danish.
Oh yeah.
What about those jam donuts?
This is
They're
ridiculous.
still donuts.
This,
A
you
flute
know
with
it.
no
No,
holes.
it's tough.
It's not tough. It's ridiculous.
Come on.
Jerry Maguire.
Show me the money.
Show me the Danishes.
Caddyshack.
Like,
That's tough.
do me a favour.
Were these sent in by listeners as well?
No, question 2 for you, Dave. Complete the following line from Patches O'Houlihan in Dodgeball. Remember the 5 Ds of Dodgeball. Dodge, dip, duck, dive and...
Demolish.
Dodge. Question 2 for you, Tommy. For a massive lead. He looks like a big flag is a line uttered by Rocky at one stage in the franchise. Who is he referring to?
See, I would say that's an easier question than we had, Dave, because there's a finite number of options.
Yeah,
So
like
no
a
idea.
handful of opponents.
Yeah.
The Russian chap. Drago. Ivan Drago.
Mr. T. Apollo Creed.
Apollo Creed, like the
Because he
only
wore the Stars and Stripes shorts.
the only character name that you probably actually know,
Oh,
apart
it was-
from Adrian.
Was
Like,
it? I was going to say Adrian. Was it Apollo Creed?
it was Apollo Creed.
Of course, it wasn't Mr. T. It was Clubber Lang, was it?
Clubber Lang, yeah. He's in the studio.
Is he?
Yeah, he's in the Off the Ball AM studio.
B.A.
Off the Ball
Baracus.
studio.
Has he been a guest yet? Is he?
Not yet.
Okay, so it's 1 for Tommy and scoreless for the two lads. Round 3, the Who Costs More in Fantasy Football round. In this round, we're going to give you the name of 2 Premier League footballers. All you've got to do is tell us who is more expensive.
Guesswork. Guesswork shouldn't be part of the crappy quiz.
Question 3 for you.
No, but like questions about Danishes and donuts should.
No,
on.
not those.
Come on.
Those
Owen's
neither.
Owen's had a long week. Come on.
Ridiculous.
Question 3 for you, Adrian. And somebody's making him work on Saturday. I can't believe it.
I know.
Listen, he's committed.
Question 3 for you, Adrian. Who costs more, Leroy Sané or
Adrian looked
David
at me as he said
Silva?
that.
You should be committed. Sané or Silva? It's got to be Sané.
8.8 to 8.5.
Well
yeah.
done.
Question 3 for you, Dave. Who costs more, Riyad Mahrez or Raheem Sterling?
Sterling.
8.4 to 8.2. It's Riyad Mahrez. Question 3 for you,
Your
Your
Tommy.
cockiness is going to come back to bite you in the ass, buddy.
Who costs more, Michy Batshuayi or Olivier Giroud?
The question is really who started off on more. So I'd say Batshuayi.
I'd say you were wrong. Giroud 8.2 to Batshuayi's 8.1. That was tough. They were close. It's 1 for Adrian, 1 for Tommy, and a big
So I
fat
need something
0.
in the numbers game. Otherwise, Adrian Barry's going to go into a final, which
Oh,
he'll
listen,
lose.
cocky
comfortably.
McIntyre now from sort of 5 minutes ago
Like,
has suddenly become,
this
now I'm
competition-
already making excuses.
This competition needs a
Dave, stop
McIntyre
making
really
excuses.
final.
Like, you need to sort of up your game here.
Round 4
Yeah,
is
I know,
the
for the integrity of the
Stop getting
competition.
in your excuses before it even starts.
round 4 is
Come
the
on,
fun
boys.
free magic number round. Contestants get 3 points for getting the number exactly correct. If nobody manages that, the nearest contestant who doesn't go bust gets 2 points. The second closest will get a single point. Again, I can only accept the answer that's written on your paper. I'm also going to have to ask for your pens once the music ends. If you don't mind, give us the following number. The number of goals scored by Romelu Lukaku in the Premier League so far this season. Plus, the number of Kilkenny players in the All-Star Hurling Team of the Year. Plus, the number of professional fights won by Katie Taylor. Plus, the number of Dublin Senior Football Championships won by St. Vincent's this century. Your 30 seconds expires when Frank Sinatra sings Bright, Shiny Beads.
I have no idea.
Of what?
Anything.
Any of them? Really?
I told you, I've been away all week. I would have picked up all these tidbits had I been on duty.
I think I might have this right.
There's no chance of that.
I've two of them definitely right.
Bubbles.
What have you got? Everybody finished?
19.
What have you got? 17? Dave has 18. 18 is the correct answer. Oh, gets it! But he got none of them right.
That is bullshit.
So that
He
means
got no single one right.
Adrian's gone.
No, we're on the same.
Oh, yes!
That is ridiculous. I have at least. Give me the answers. What are the answers? That is seriously
Hard luck.
bullshit,
Hard luck.
isn't it? Seriously.
Yeah,
I've got
it's
two of
fun.
these. I've got two of these definitely right.
I was looking
You've
at
got
him.
none of them.
He got them all wrong.
Ah,
I was looking at the answers going, that's wrong, that's wrong.
Listen, that is
that's
ridiculous.
wrong, that's wrong. I actually had it all together.
That is nonsense.
What did you
They've
say
all
for the
worked
calculus?
out.
What did you
For
say?
what?
What did you-
8.
Oh man, that's why you let yourself down. You
What
got
is
3
it?
right. 7.
No, then I only got. My Vins must have been wrong as well then.
Oh, is it?
No, 4.
Yeah.
4, 7 fights for Katie. Nothing for Kilkenny. I got 3 out of 4 right, and that is seriously, that is ridiculous. We should go to an adjudicator to get McIntyre out. Seriously,
Hang on.
What do I get for getting 3 right and him getting none?
Dave,
You've
played
made
the
at
game.
least one final by making a complete balls of the numbers game and getting it bang on.
Well, that's not relevant today, Dave. What's relevant today is that I've got 3 out of 4 right, and on the other one I was just 1 point out, and somehow you got everything wrong. and
Are
you're
you
going
in the
through.
final or are you not?
Hard luck, Adrian.
If you're
Hard luck.
not, shut your cake. If you are, proceed.
Let me just detail McIntyre's profligacy and how wrong he was on each of the 4 categories. He's like, this would be like Ireland winning the Rugby World Cup bid. The number of goals scored by Romelu Lukaku in the Premier League so far this season. The correct answer is 7. McIntyre has 6.
What's yours,
right?
Tommy?
He's
7.
one. He's one off.
You got them all? No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
He's one off it now. Right. The number of Kilkenny players in the All-Star hurling team of the year. Dave McIntyre, All-Star selector.
Not on the
no.
hurling panel.
0 is the correct answer.
What did he say?
Doesn't give a shit about the hurlers. Clearly. He says 1. Who did you give the mysterious 1 to?
I haven't actually seen the All-Star hurling team.
So who did you give it to?
So it was a compl-
Who would you give it
Who
to?
would I?
Yeah.
Nobody.
That would suggest that he was applying any signs to this. I think it was just a shot in the dark.
The number of professional
What's
fights
it-
won by
what's-
Katie Taylor to
7.
win her world title is 7.
I got that wrong.
I had 5.
I had
So,
7 as well.
like, I actually got the most answers correct out of anybody.
You're the
Oh,
most
by a
intelligent
mile.
person sitting at this
No,
table.
I'm not the most intelligent, but I know most of
Did you
these
have
answers better than you do, or better than he
Oh,
does.
totally.
And I'm the one who has been done. It's like the most stupid quiz. Seriously, isn't it? It is
It's
the most
called a
ridiculous
crappy quiz.
Yeah. It could be
called
called
the
the
crappy
most
quiz.
stupid quiz ever.
Put that in your baryometer next week.
That is going straight in at number 1 in the baryometer on OTBAM next week.
The number of Dublin Senior Football Championships won by St Vincent's this century, they won none in the first decade. It's 13, 14, 16 and 17.
Do you remember they won
What?
one
They
in
won-
the first
they
decade?
won
They won the
All-
All-Ireland in
They won
08.
All-Ireland, those- yeah. Pat Gilroy.
So how could they have won none?
Hey,
No,
so
it's this decade.
This century, he said.
Says this century.
So hold on a second.
What's the answer?
What is the correct answer? We don't know. All the answers plucked from Wikipedia is what it says. You've got to stick with the answer
Yeah,
written
let's just
down.
move on
Yeah.
into the final.
Somebody
You're
take the
30
conversion quickly.
Your 30 seconds expire.
Oh,
Frank
shit.
Sinatra sings.
Who's going
right.
first?
Oh, it's over there. Sorry.
Uh,
What did you get
We've
there?
already
Dave's got it
done
right there.
You got 1. You got 3.
So 3-2. Dave's 3-2.
You were on 1 heading into that round, were you?
Wasn't I?
Yeah, you are.
You
Yeah.
were,
yeah.
yeah.
That
Dave-
you're on 3 points is outrageous.
It's ridiculous.
Our
Hey.
winner tonight's going to be the start of the round that separates the men from the boys. It's the no theme in particular, ridiculously easy rapid fire round. The score you get in this round is going to be added to your score in the previous rounds. Each of you will get 20 seconds to answer as many questions as you can. Dave, first or second, first or second, first or
I'll
second,
go
first or second.
first, please.
Okay.
Mistake
Dave's going to
on
go
mistake.
first. Your time begins with a mysterious clip.
He's an absolute arse on the pitch.
Name the Secretary of Cork GAA County Board.
Murphy.
What county is Park Sean McDermott in?
Leitrim.
Who lost the Super Bowl earlier this year?
Falcons.
What year is the next Olympics?
2020.
Name the reigning hurler of the year.
Oh, pass.
Austin Gleeson. Name the side top of the Sky Bet Championship.
Cardiff.
Wolves. Bernard Jackman is head coach of what Pro 14
Dragons.
team? Patrice
Oh, you got an extra question in there. Well done.
Evra
Jer served you well there.
plays for what club?
Marseille.
Here.
I think I would have got all of them.
Correct.
Well, that was pretty impressive.
I'm going to give you Frank Murphy
Why?
because you said Murphy. Frank Murphy is the correct answer. Leitrim Falcons 2020. Austin Gleeson.
You missed Gleason.
Wolves.
You missed Wolves.
How'd you not get Wolves?
Dragons.
I haven't watched any championship football in the last week.
3, 4,
I haven't looked at the table in the last
I would
week.
have said Sheffield
It was on me
United.
Holliers.
Tommy, your begin.
What
time
does he
begins-
need? What does he need?
Shh, 7, I think. Tommy, your time begins with a mystery clip.
He's an absolute arse.
Name
on
the
the
All
pitch.
Ireland Club hurling champions.
Kula.
Kieran O'Leonard competed in what sport?
400 metres running.
What is further north, Watford or Fulham?
Watford.
Name the reigning footballer of the year.
Mayo. Keegan.
Complete the movie title White Man Can't.
Jump.
What nationality is Thibaut Courtois?
Belgian.
In what city did Ronnie Delaney win Olympic gold?
Oh! Is this a tie?
In what city did Ronnie Delaney win Olympic gold in 1950?
50 what?
56.
56.
56.
Is this the tie?
What Australian city did?
Oh,
Ronnie
come
Delaney-
on!
Sydney!
Oh!
Tommy!
Get in!
Tommy. To be fair, you deserve not to get that. That was ridiculous because you would never have gone to Australia.
Oh, back in the winner's circle, having watched nothing in a week.
That is
I don't know.
absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, damn it.
That is ridiculous.